Hi everybody, and welcome to North Arkansas Outdoors. This video is for those people that don't have their own land. I am a very lucky fellow that behind my house there's a gentleman that allows me to hunt his acreage. He's got about 120 acres, mostly wooded. So he allowed me a couple weeks ago to just have at it and improve his wildlife. So that's what we're talking about today. But the big thing that I want to talk about is with private land, somebody else that owns the land. I mean, we need to be really respectful of their wishes. In this case, the gentleman that's allowing me to hunt on this land and improve his habitat didn't want me to use any chemicals. So he lives just below the hill, and he doesn't want his groundwater contaminated. He's got a nice pond with some fish, and his drinking water comes from a natural spring down there. And from what we know now about the herbicide chemicals, it's not a good thing. So I have no problem respecting this landowner's wishes. So people that are in my situation, that lease land or have gotten permission, don't be afraid to get out there and ask that landowner, hey, I'd like to improve the habitat here for your animals, for better hunting and better viewing for the landowner, and just creating a better herd of deer. I know in this area where I'm hunting, there's definitely a half dozen does that are here almost every day. It's not a huge herd, but it's just about the right size. And a few years ago when I first moved down to Arkansas, I had trail cam videos of deer between the months of January and May, and their rib cages were showing. I mean, they really don't have a lot to eat during that time frame. So I really wanted to do something more in this area to help the whitetail herd a little bit, so that they're not so stressed. I'm going to do a video later on some supplements that we can get in during the nursing periods and during the antler growth period to improve the herd also. But in this case, we're talking about just improving some wildlife. And in this case, the landowner has lots of little small prairies on his property between the hardwoods and a lot of cedar glade and hardwoods. And in between are these prairies, and they're just, tall, dry grass. It's a good place to bed down for does, do a little browsing, but they have to really struggle to get down into the grasses when they turn green. So, one thing that you can do to really make it simple is ask if you can just mow. And if you can just mow like I did here, I just got out here and mowed as close as I could to the soil, and everything is sprouting up green now. And I mean, there's deer tracks in here. They're out here browsing this grass that's coming up. I would have liked to really tore it up, and I may do that a little bit later on, but right now I just wanted to see if I could get some seed into the ground and get some winter wheat and some oats sprouting up, so that the deer will have something to eat in the next month or two. And then later, after after the wheat gets up and they're not eating it anymore, I may just till this up and go with a spring mix of seed for a little bit later on this summer for the deer. And then, of course, I want to talk about doing some food plots for this fall. But for right now, it was just like get down close to the ground without putting any chemicals on the ground, respecting the landowner's wishes, and get something sprouting up for the deer. And even there's turkey tracks out here. which they did pick out some of my seed, but we're doing all right. Everything is starting to sprout real well and take root. So just a little something to think about, something to do on land that you don't own. Speak to the landowner, see if you can do a little improvement. Little patches of prairies, wherever you can get in there and mow and pick some rocks. I mean, I had to pick some rocks and whatnot, but do what you can to try to improve the wildlife's habitat. So again, thanks for joining North Arkansas Outdoors, and please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button so you can catch my next video.